Hey everyone. All right, let's try that again. Hi internet. I'm actually in my hometown this morning. I'm picking up a couple really cool pieces that I want at auction. The first one is behind me. This is a Vladimir Kagan Capricorn chaise. I think this is gonna go in the backyard. I will show you where I'm putting that later. And then I'm at another auction house right now and I'm picking up a couple different things here that I honestly don't remember. I always bid on a bunch of stuff and then I win. I forget to come down here and pick things up. And I'm pretty sure the only reason that people tolerate me here is because I do spend a good bit of money. Was feeling kind of weird earlier because there's this woman in the passenger seat of the car right next to me, and I don't think that people are used to people vlogging around here, so I just waited for her to leave. Cool, so we have everything now. Really funny thing happened though. I picked up the Hagen chaise in another town and I had a guy in that town who saw I was putting it in the car, and then a guy at this auction house were both like, oh my god, you were the one who got the Kagan. Wow, that was a steal. So like, I apparently got the deal of the century on that thing. I'm pretty stoked. I'm gonna go to the market now. I haven't been to this market in over a decade and it looks really, really crowded. But I really want a beignet. Mardi Gras is on Tuesday and I'm probably not gonna be able to have a beignet on Mardi Gras. All right, took me a couple minutes of driving around to find a spot. It is totally crowded here today. Like the parking lot is basically full. Got catfish fingers and beignets. Gotta wait like 10 minutes to get them, so I'm gonna go get Glider some peanuts. Alright, got my lunch. Now I just need to figure out how I got in here and how to get out. Thank you. Amazing. These look so good. These look too good to eat in the car. These are not car food. I think they're covered in spices and they got sauce with them. I forgot about that. So they're probably gonna be a mess. So I might actually go to the park and eat there. Can you tell I'm procrastinating going home? I'm at the community park. This is in my hometown, but I've never actually been here before. There's no one here, which is great. But the weird thing is all it is a baseball field and a parking lot. I thought there was gonna be at least one picnic table or something like that. And there's just a bunch of benches. And by a bunch, I mean about two, just kind of facing into the baseball field. So maybe I'll just sit in the grass. I don't know. I also have to look at this sign and see what that says. I want to make sure that I'm allowed to go in here if I'm not here for a kids baseball game. Looks like we're good. Kind of weird being back here when I'm not seeing my parents. Almost feels like I'm not allowed to be here. I've been reading a little bit about the death of third spaces, how that's kind of stunting the up-and-coming generations socially. If you don't know what that is, we have kind of two main spaces in our lives, which is home and either work or school. And it used to be with prior generations that they had a third space that was more of a social gathering space that could be a park, a community center, even some business establishments like a bar. And when I was a kid, when I was a teenager, we had the mall too. Now there is less and less of those spaces. I know like some of the malls in Philadelphia started cracking down on big groups of kids being there together because they've had some issues with crime, and now, you have to have an adult there with you. But it's not just kids. You know, you see less and less of people gathering in these third spaces. There's just less of the third spaces. I was definitely living through the death of third spaces when I was a teenager. We didn't really utilize third spaces very much, like my friends and me. We were either at school or we were at someone's house, unless we were out seeing a movie or doing something very specific. But the place where we actually hung out was always at someone's house. So most of the time, most of my memories that weren't at my parents' house or at school were at someone else's house. And the rest of my hometown is just kind of this no man's land to me. It's just places where you drive through and that's it. And this is actually a pretty nice park. It's just there's no structure or anything here for people to just hang out. There's a couple benches to watch a baseball game and that's it. They want people to come here for a baseball game and that's it. It's kind of a shame. Oh, someone's coming in. Oh, no, wait. No, they just turned around. I've only seen one other person. He just rode by on an ATV. To be fair, it is February, but it's also in the 50s. I think part of the reason why I don't want to go home is because I'm gonna film a little tour of my backyard and talk about my landscaping and gardening plans, but it was supposed to be a really nice day today and it is just completely overcast. But you know, it's still warm. It's still very warm for February, so it'll still be fine. We're still gonna do it. I also tend to eat slowly. I hate shoveling food in my face, especially when I'm driving. It makes my stomach hurt. I like to just have a more mellow eating experience. And I think any doctor would tell you that that's a better way to eat. Those were really good, but they were so salty. I should have gotten some water. All I have is coffee, which is going to make me even more dehydrated. I think it's time to get out of here. Back to Philadelphia. Just got home. We're gonna bring the chaise around and put it in at least its temporary home. As you can see, it also doubles as a wheelbarrow. I wonder if that's what the designer had intended. All right, so what do we think? I would be a really bad weather person, but I think it's really cute. It might be a temporary spot for it. I was actually thinking about putting it back in one of these other places. This is my crepe myrtle. This is today's garden project. It's pretty out of control. It didn't actually flower that much last summer, so hopefully when I tame it a little bit, it will look a little nicer and give me some more blooms. You can see there's actually 2 of them. It's my first time doing a major pruning job, so please don't take this as like an instructional video at all. I'm just gonna do my best and I'm just gonna like see what I think looks best and take it from there. Cedar obviously can't be trusted with these, so we have to figure out somewhere else to put them. It certainly is a challenge entertaining 2 dogs and pruning at the same time. All right, this one's going. Sorry, this one's going. Here goes nothing. Had to go back inside for a while because my phone battery was almost dead. So now we're back out here. I only have like 45 more minutes of daylight, so I'm gonna try and hurry this up. So as I'm getting rid of some of the clutter here, I'm starting to see that like this side, this other tree, is just really interfering with the first tree. And I just don't think that there's a way to make it work. So I think I'm actually gonna cut this one back too. And then we just won't have the other tree. I just think they're too close together and they're not gonna work. You can see it's kind of starting to tighten up. I'm actually not sure I did the right thing with that one, with that last cut. But what can you do? All right, so I just got rid of those 2 branches. This is the only one left. I'm gonna need to get a saw if I decide to remove that. I'm wondering if that'll look okay from a distance. And then from this side, actually I'm not seeing it anymore. I was gonna say, yeah, no, there it is. That branch kind of connects the whole thing. I don't know. This one, now it sort of looks like this one is just off on its own. Maybe it does need to go. It's just kind of standing straight up, separate from this kind of vase shape that I have over here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna need to get a saw and lop that one off. You ready? What an incredible athlete. I think that's it for today. And I think that's pretty close to final, except for cutting off the one stem from the other tree. It looks so much better than it did. I gotta show you the pile. I'm very pleased with that progress. Before we go, I think I said that I was gonna do my vintage haul for the stuff that I picked up at the auction houses today, so I'll show you that stuff right now. So we have this cast stone deer statue. That's probably gonna go to the Poconos, I'm not sure yet. This lamp, this is real glass. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with this yet. I think it's gonna stay here. Couple little landscape paintings here that are gonna go to the Poconos. This painting, Jose Trujillo, of an ice skating penguin. The cutest thing I've ever seen. And last but not least, these, I don't know what these are. I guess they're like, I think it's Gregorian chant music, but I thought that these would go really well here near my piano, which I'm not gonna show right now because there's a lot of clutter around it. That's all I got for today. Thanks for hanging out. It's been real. I will see you guys next week. Have a good night.